Good morning, students. I am Dr. Bala Ruby, Assistant Professor in the Department of Economics. Students, in today's class, we are going to discuss about how to control these business cycle. What are the measures we have taken to control this business cycle? So, initially, we are going to discuss about monetary measures as well as fiscal measures. And what are the state control of private investment as well as international measures to control of business cycle fluctuation. So, in this way, we are going to discuss in today's class, right? See, some economists normally suggest that there should be complete reorganization of the whole economic system to control of business cycle fluctuation. The capitalist system of production should be replaced by the socialistic system of production. In socialistic economy, there are a few chances of cyclic fluctuations. In 1930, when all capitalist countries of the world were suffering from depression, it was only socialist countries which were free from such crises, right? Now, let us concentrate on these monetary measures. What are the monetary measures we can taken for these business cycle? See, monetary policy as a measure to control business cycle fluctuation refers all those measures which are taken with a view to control money and credit supply in the country. When we are in the state of full employment and we are facing inflation, a deflationary policy may be adopted. The central bank can reduce the quantity of money in circulation. The bank can adopt different measures for this purpose, like increase in the bank rate, selling of the securities in the market, increasing the reserve ratio of the members' bank, etc. On the other hand, in case of deflation, the central bank can adopt inflationary monetary policy by lowering the bank rates or purchase of securities. See, monetary policy has achieved a very limited success in the past because the central bank has not full power over the supply of money and credit in the country. So, moreover, the quantity of money has failed during the world depression of 1930s. Now, let us concentrate on the fiscal measure. The fiscal policy as a measure to control business cycle fluctuation. Nowadays, it is considered to be a powerful anti-cycle weapon in the hands of the government. Fiscal policy involves the process of shaping the public finance, that is income and expenditure, with a view of reduced fluctuations in the business cycle and attainment of full employment without inflation. In case of inflation, the government reduces the public work program, imposing heavy taxes on business profits to discourage private investment, reduces purchase power, taking loans from the people, prepares a surplus budget to reduce the public debt. All these fiscal measures greatly help in reducing the inflationary trend in the economy. If the economy facing depression, the government increases its expenditure on public works, programs like construction of new canals, new roads or buildings. Increase in government expenditure, income, employment, profit and consumption of the people. In order to encourage the private investment, the government reduces the taxes on profit. The government also prefers deficit budget and the deficit is met by loan. See, all these fiscal measures to control business cycle sets in upswing in the economy. Now let us concentrate on the state control of private investment. See, some economists they have suggested that If a government takes control of private investment, is a tool to control of business cycle fluctuations can be controlled within the limits. The other economists who disagree with the above view say that if the government takes control of private investment will be discouraged. Low investment will reduce employment and income. J.M. Keynes is of the view that if we adopt the middle way, we can get control of business cycle fluctuation. So let us concentrate on the international measures to control of business cycle fluctuation. See, today even every country has trade relations with the rest of the world. If there is inflation or deflation in one country, it can be easily carried to other countries. The example of Great Depression can be given. The business cycle is an international phenomenon and it should be tackled on international level. Different measures to control business cycle fluctuations have been suggested by some well-known economists. They are control of international production, international bill stock control, and international investment control. See, there is a widespread consensus among economists that the prudent stabilization policy making regime that has evolved since World War II is an important reason why the economy has become less cyclical and recessions have become shallower. See, the government has two tools as its disposal to moderate the short-term fluctuations of the business cycle. Fiscal policy as well as monetary policy. So normally fiscal policy refers to the changes in the budget deficit. Monetary policy refers to the changes in the short-term interest rates by the Federal Reserve. The government can use expansionary fiscal policy to boost overall spending in the economy by increasing the budget deficit. If the increased deficit is the result of increased government spending, aggregate spending is boosted directly since government spending is a component of aggregate demand. Since the deficit is financed by borrowing from the public, resources that were previously being saved are now being used to finance government purchases or production of goods and services. If the increased deficit is a result of tax cuts, aggregate spending is boosted by the tax cuts recipient to the extent that the tax cut is spent. In this case, the resources that were previously being saved are now at the disposal of the tax cut recipient. And to the extent that the recipient decides to increase his consumption, aggregate spending will rise. Likewise, if the government wished to reduce the growth rate of overall spending in the economy, it would reduce the deficit by raising taxes or cutting spending. In which case, the process would work in reverse. As we have discussed earlier, any boost in spending as a result of a fiscal policy is temporary, since spending cannot grow faster than the economy's productive capacity in the long run. The Federal Reserve can use expansionary monetary policy to boost spending in the economy by lowering the overnight interest rate. Actually, it is considered as a federal funds rate. The Fed alerts interest rates by adding or withdrawing reserves from the banking system. Lower interest rate increase interest-sensitive spending, which includes physical investment by farms as well as the residential investment and the consumer durable spending by households. So to reduce the spending in the economy, the Fed raises interest rates and the process works in reverse. The expansionary monetary policy or fiscal policy will produce at best fleeting gains in output when the economy is operating at full employment. And in the case of expansionary policy, it works by boosting spending to bring idle labor and capital resources back into use. So when the economy is already near full employment, there are a few idle resources available. So the boost in spending quickly picks up prices in labor and capital market, and generating higher inflation as well as interest rates. In the brief lag between the boost in spending and the higher inflation, output might be temporarily boosted, but the economy cannot function for long above full capacity. So the main important questions in these question is concerned, the concept of infant inflation, creeping inflation, hyperinflation as well as inflationary gap. These are the important questions in these series, right? Thank you, friends.